A big hello to all of you out there. Well, bloomin' hell, it's got a little bit crazy recently, hasn't it? Obviously, we're here right now in quarantine in our tiny house. We had to cancel our Australia tour, and that has meant that pretty much for the past 2 weeks we have now been back home in New Zealand and in self-isolation. Earlier this week, we went into stage 4 lockdown here in New Zealand, which pretty much means that everyone is in isolation right now. Only essential jobs and businesses are still functioning. Everything else is shut down and everyone is in self-isolation, which is pretty crazy times. So I know that this is a common story not only for New Zealand, but also a lot of places around the world at the moment. So hopefully you watching this are also in self-isolation. Hopefully you're taking care of yourselves, and hopefully you are finding lots of ways of staying sane while you are in self-isolation and quarantine. For me, it's been largely about making sure I spend a lot of time outside. It's been a good opportunity to also take care of my health and start getting back into some training, which has felt really good. I've also been utilizing this time to get back into my music. I've been playing guitar, I've been doing a little bit of songwriting. And as for Rasa, what have you been up to, Rasa? I'll grab this thing off you.
I've been hard at work, catching up on some editing and trying to get ahead in our content, so that's been what I've been doing with the majority of my time, but I've also been able to focus on a few creative projects as well, which has been really fun. Some things that I haven't been able to do and have been sideline projects, and doing a little bit of music as well, which has been really fun.
Nice. So we thought this would be also a really great opportunity to check in with some of our tiny house family from all around the world to see how they are dealing with isolation in their tiny homes. I hope you enjoy.
Well, hello everybody. Greetings from my tiny isolation chamber. Now, even though it's true that having cystic fibrosis makes me one of the most at-risk people during this season in history, I'd like to say that I'm not worried. Mark Twain said, "I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never came true." That being said, I'm being extremely diligent with my risk mitigation practices. We can only do the best we can do during these times. Now, during this time of isolation, I have been thoroughly enjoying working on little projects around the house. Oiling my shingles, working on my motorcycle, having solo dance parties, I've also been engaging my mind, reading history, listening to podcasts about relationship and life, learning to cook new meals. There's a chili right there. I think it's important to acknowledge that we in the West here are of the 20% of the world's population that is wealthy and very privileged. And we can fare well during these types of storms. But the 80% of the world that's living in extreme poverty are the ones who get hit very hard by these things. So let's not forget that reality, and make sure that we acknowledge our blessings and give where we can. Even though my house is small, my heart feels big. Mama told you there'd be storms. You'd be all right. Count your blessings. Stay healthy. Much love from Tofino, BC.
So we are traveling in Europe with our tiny house. We are here in Spain with 2 other French family in an organic farm. So we are lucky to be here when the isolation starts.
For us, the isolation does not really change a lot. We stopped the travel, of course, and we're waiting for the end of the isolation to continue. But for us, it's okay. We are in a farm, we are with friends, and it's sunny in Spain, so it's okay for us. The only thing is that it allows us to give time to activities we usually forgot to do or don't have time to do, like reading, cooking, playing games, drawing.
Playing a lot.
Playing a lot, yeah. So that's okay for us because we can spend time on stuff we really like.
As we are in a farm, we have plenty space to walk, and the isolation is not too hard for us because we have nature all around us.
Second things for us is that this pandemic crisis questions us about the way of life we have. The nomadic way of life is really good, but you depend on somebody else. So that pushes us to think about the next step. I think after the travel, we're probably going to buy a land and build with friends and family something we can stay and be self-efficient and enjoy life with simplicity. So in a way, this pandemic is another step in our reflection and our projection in life.
With a tiny house.
With a tiny house always.
Hi Bryce and Rasa, this is Glen in my van Radagast. I hope you're both staying well. I'm staying okay. I live on my own in Radagast anyway, and I live in a woodland, so everything's cool. I still have plenty to do and I'm staying busy with the artwork. I have a few projects on the go in the van and I'm enjoying doing some of my favourite pieces. If in doubt, drink mead. Cheers. Corona, you shall not pass. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you when the world heals. Take care. Bye.
Welcome back to the Happy Homebodies Bus, everybody. We're Nick and Frankie, and we just wanted to share some of the things that we've been doing during this time of crisis while we're quarantined here in the bus.
We started doing yoga. We're starting to cook a lot more in the bus, which we love. We are doing movie nights and game nights, and we actually started picking up some new hobbies. I started doing illustrations, and Nick picked up an old hobby, which was playing his guitar, and we absolutely love that. So we're just trying to make the best of this situation and being at home.
Yeah, and we hope you're doing the same. Wherever you are in your little slice of the world, we hope you're doing your part to stay home so we can get over this quicker. And hope that you're enjoying time with family and spending time doing some hobbies that you might not be able to do otherwise.
Hi, Bryce and Rasa.
Hi.
You asked us how it's like to spend isolation time in a tiny house. And actually, we feel most of all lucky to be stuck here because nature is part of the tiny living, and we feel more concerned about how people from the city manage this isolation even in 200 square meters.
We have a campsite, so even if there is not clients, we can work on the land, on the vegetables garden, on the chicken coop.
All those hipster things, someone would say.
Anyway, we are not still at all.
And the week before isolation, we took 2 more tiny houses in the closed workshop to welcome my mom, my brother and my sister-in-law. And it's their first experience, and it's really great to be together and to take care of each other, but also to see how they do this experience, and they are amazed that they don't miss nothing about their regular home. So it seemed that to confirm that we have few material needs and a lot of social needs.
It's amazing to be there with my sons, but in my own house, just inviting them for aperitif at night. It's very, very pleasant. It's hot, cold outside, but hot inside, warm inside, with my dogs. Very, very pleasant. You don't feel alone, just with the nature outside, all together.
We look forward to hear about the community, and we hope for you staying home will be a peaceful experience.
And we hope to have you back soon in Europe. Bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, we're Nat and Paul from Living Tiny and Green in Byron Bay, Australia. Hello. Today we want to share a little bit about our self-quarantine routine and activities with you. For me, the biggest change is probably that I'm now working from home, which is really not a problem for me because my work is more or less online based anyway, but I get to spend a lot more time here in this beautiful property and around nature, so that's quite cool actually. Other than that, I started an online permaculture course, which is quite cool because I have more time now to do that, and I really want to learn more about permaculture to finally get my garden going. We're pretty much sticking to our normal activities anyways. Like I like to make my own body lotion, for example, or I like making foods like sauerkrauts or preserves and stuff like that. Also, I like to get into little sewing projects. So yeah, this is pretty much normal for us, I guess. What do you think, Paul?
So I work from home anyway, so for me personally it hasn't affected me. Hi, welcome to my tiny house office space. Things to do while we're in isolation would be some gaming. I do enjoy a bit of gaming. Some woodworking and declutter a bit by selling some things I don't use anymore online.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Other than that, life's good. So stay happy and healthy.
Stay well, everyone, and take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Gloria Nirvana here, saying hello in coronavirus lockdown time. We are loving tiny house living.
We've now moved our tiny house another 1,000 kilometres to the Central Coast area, but inland. And we've just gone through both the bushfire threat and a local flood. but now a pandemic. But this is a pretty nice place to handle a pandemic.
We're very lucky to have our house here. It's loving life here, and we're spending our time during this lockdown creating a beautiful new garden. Here he is, here's the man, doing what he does best. Digging holes, making an amazing garden. We started with a very small one in the summer, managing as best we could with a little bit of water that was available to us. And now we're expanding. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Tiny house life in lockdown. Just two issues have popped up for me so far. One is my absolutely minuscule fridge. This is really the one time that you notice that could be a problem. Yeah, I'm just being careful and thinking quite hard before I go to the supermarket about what I need. Second thing is I don't have Wi-Fi at the tiny house. Cell phone's just been upgraded to a new plan with much more data, and I'm hotspotting that and managing to do everything that I need to do. So yeah, nothing that's too much of a problem. Upsides of being here, it's a gorgeous space, lots of green outside, I've got lots of light. Yeah, it's a really nice place to live, whether we're in lockdown or not. And I've got lots of green space outside with no people in it to walk around in. So I'm getting sort of the best of being in and out. Hope you're all doing well in lockdown. Stay safe, everyone.
Hi guys, it's Nessa, and I'm currently working on redoing the toilet setup in my tiny house while everything is locked down outside. This is the situation, because as much as I love the old one, this is going to be much better. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. Apart from that, nothing has changed so much really, because we're still allowed to go outside, so I can take my walks in the afternoon, which is very important to me. And apart from that, I'm spending most of my time here at the desk, working, editing videos, streaming, and that sort of thing. So yeah, everything's pretty normal for me at least, so I'm glad about that.
Hey everyone, I'm Isabel and this is Ren, and we're in Portland, Oregon at the moment. Ren is here visiting for some time, and we're doing social distancing together. He's currently grinding coffee in the mortar and pestle because we don't have a coffee grinder at the moment and we are not going to the grocery store. But yeah, we've mostly been cooking and baking a lot. We went to the grocery store a while ago and got a lot of food in bulk, and went to the farmer's market, so we've been creative with our dinners, and we've been trying to get outside. Basically it just started raining the last couple of days, but it has been beautiful and sunny, and that's really helping us stay sane in the tiny house. It can get pretty crazy here with 2 humans and a large dog. Luna May, do you want to say hi? Come here, honey. That's my girl. She's currently shedding her winter coat, and it just gets really messy super quick. We're also doing some building projects to keep ourselves busy, and some crafts. So we'll show you what those are in just a moment.
Hey, so this is the beehive we've been working on. It's a horizontal hive and it has all of the frames in here. It's made with really thick wood so that it insulates the bees in a colder climate.
Hi, living big in a tiny home family. I hope you're all doing well. I am not in my tiny home at the moment. It is actually being used by a friend of mine who's in quarantine. She just got back to New Zealand, so has to be completely by herself, so that's worked out well. In the meantime, I'm with these guys, and we're not on wheels, but we're in about 70 square meters, so it's still pretty tiny for 3 of us, but I'm looking forward to getting back to my tiny home after all of this is over. I hope you're all well and safe, and thanks for all the love on the last video as well. Bye!
Bye-bye. I'm more isolated than most now. I'm actually in the middle of a paddock, just sharing it with some sheep. So it's actually been really good. I was able to get to the building store before everything closed. So I'm just here in my paddock with the sheep, just building and carving like I used to do. It's been really nice, really quiet. Stay safe out there. Stay at home. It's for everyone.
Hello everybody. Hope everyone's doing okay in this crazy time that we're living at the moment. Welcome back to our tiny house where we are definitely isolating as much as we possibly can. I guess we could probably say in some way that our life has changed in some ways but not in others. We're very used to being at home and hanging out in the garden, working outside here on the property. So in some ways it's changed heaps and in some ways it's not changed too much at all.
We were so fortunate that before we really started to hunker down, we got some chickens.
Chickens, I love chickens.
Yeah, and they have kept somebody very amused. We have special jobs now to go and collect eggs every morning and feed the chickens and play with the chickens and give them hugs. And we are substituting our supplies with what we're growing in the garden, which is keeping us amused and very healthy for our minds as well.
Charlie and I have been doing a lot of puzzles lately. You enjoying doing the puzzles?
Yep, I am.
Yep. So lots of arts and craft.
Yeah.
That's the arts specialist.
We've been doing lots of baking, making bread.
We baked cakes today and...
Hooray for cakes.
We did.
And it's Papa's last day of work.
Yeah, Papa retired.
Bye everybody.
See you everybody.
See ya.
Stay safe.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
And stay home.
Stay home. See you everybody.
Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying this time of self-isolation. I am personally really enjoying all this extra time on my hands and feeling at home in the sanctuary that I've created. So I've been spending my time editing my own YouTube videos. I started my own channel, and I know Rasa can agree when I say that editing videos is definitely quite time consuming. So working on my YouTube channel and spending my time with my fur family is keeping me with a full heart. And since Bryce and Rasa have been here, I actually built a secondary unit, which I call the pod, which is acting as my living room and office, and just gives me full standing height, because if you remember from seeing my video, my living room was in a 3-foot loft. So I'm actually really enjoying having that extra space for me right now. And of all places to be self-isolating, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Greetings from Quail Springs. This is Sasha.
And John.
We hope everyone is doing okay out there.
We've been spending the last few weeks making the best of our time by working on some projects both here at the house and on the farm at Quail Springs. The last few days we've been working on this solar-powered hot water heater. It'll give us hot water both inside the house and for our wood-fired hot tub.
Like most tiny homes, we don't have a ton of room for deep storage of food, and we have a small refrigerator. We are lucky enough to be living on a farm where we have fresh milk from the goats every day. We have a bunch of greens growing in the greenhouse, and we've been taking this time to process a bunch of wild foods that we harvested in the fall. We have acorns that we're finally getting around to processing and leaching. I have bay nuts that we're roasting and hulling, and olives that we're brining.
Take care, everyone. Hope everyone is staying safe.
Jessica here with Modern Courage and the Tiny Cabana. I am currently on day 13 of my quarantine situation. Although I am considered an essential service as a social worker, I was recently traveling through an international airport. So the recommendation was for me to isolate for 2 weeks before returning to work. So here I am, you know, really embracing the slowness and just taking care of myself and of course my community by isolating. There's been lots of ups and downs. I'm really impressed with the efficiency and design of my home, with it still being cold and there's snow still being on the ground here. My in-floor heating, which is propane, is consistently on. In between that and my combi boiler with the hot water on demand and my cooking, I only just went through a 30-pound tank in 13 days. So that's really great. I'm really happy with that. And I don't think I've consistently spent this much time in my home. So it's been really fantastic to, you know, reorganize all the things and also like get rid of more stuff that I thought that I had wanted originally and now I realize that I don't actually need. So that's been good. And, you know, I think it's really important to also normalize that you're going to get frustrated with each other if you're self-isolating with another person. We're all feeling this very heavy thing that's going on around us globally, and so it's understandable for us to be maybe a little bit snappier or shorter of temper than usual, especially if you're sharing a small space like I am in a tiny home. I can't help but think about some of the silver linings that go alongside with experiencing something as a collective globally, and how amazing it is when we all can band together like we've done largely, and some of the changes that are coming out of this is really incredible. So what's next? You know, what can we do with this energy that we've seen everybody put into isolation and quarantining, and what can we do next that's going to be better for everyone? And I just send so much love to you and Rasa and all your followers, and I hope that everybody is eating good, nourishing food and taking care of themselves and reaching out. We're seeing a lot of statistics of loneliness and depression and even domestic violence increase right now. So just remember to reach out and connect to people that, you know, we don't have the opportunity to do so face to face anymore, and it's an involuntary thing for a lot of us. So finding innovative ways to connect is really important, and something that I'm really impressed with a lot of people who are doing so. So keep up what you guys are doing. You're doing such great work, and it was so nice to hear from you, and I can't wait to see you guys again in real life, in person.
So while we might be living teeny and tiny in our shipping container home, where all of a sudden we're the cool kids in this state of the world that we live in right now, we actually have lots of outside garden space and yard space that we are totally enjoying. Wouldn't you agree, Dave?
Oh, lots of projects. There's all kinds of stuff we got going on.
Well, there's Dave in his aquaponics tank here. There are fish in there. And we are getting ready to work on his suspension bridge. Like I said, we have all the materials, but that's going to be probably a little bit later in the spring.
The fun's got to, take the back seat a little bit. Hey.
So probably our biggest takeaway from all this is we are just practicing what we preach a lot, which is we're choosing joy intentionally every day in this situation. We're being really, really intentional and just looking for the positive and how we can help our friends and neighbors around us, and how we can be better prepared. And we hope that our tiny living family out there is all doing well. And we look forward to visiting later this year when the world is not quite on such a lockdown. So in the meantime, stay healthy, stay happy, stay joyful, be blessed.
Yeah, hang in there.
Okay, see you guys later.
It's so great to be able to check in with everyone and see all of the wonderful and creative ways that people are dealing with self-isolation in their tiny homes. I think when I built this tiny house, the last thing that I ever expected is that we would one day be quarantined in here. But no, we both feel really lucky to have this space to retreat to and bunker down in. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has submitted videos to us. It is so wonderful to see all of your beautiful faces again. And a massive thank you to all of our subscribers and viewers. Thank you so much for continuing to watch our videos and support our channel. To everyone out there, I really hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you're well. And most importantly right now, I hope that you're staying home. It really is so important that we take this isolation period seriously, not just for our own health, but also for the health of our greater communities. So please do bunker down and take this time seriously. But Other than that, we just want to say we love you all. We hope you're doing well.
Goodbye.
See you next week.